How do you make and invest your first 1 million? This video is in two parts. The first one is make and the second is invest. So when I was thinking about this, one of the realities that hits me is the fact that not a lot of people would make their first 1 million from paid employment. Let me help you get the full picture of where I'm coming from. If in a particular year, like 2025 that we're in right now, 500,000 graduates leave school, meaning universities, polytechnics, colleges of education, monotechnics, whatever you want to think about, 500,000 people. Only about 1% of them will get jobs in multinationals and those top companies that can pay you 1 million and above, the likes of ExxonMobil, Chevron, Seplat, or top-rated investment banks. They will pay you that money, no doubt. 5,000 people of 500,000. And because we're in the days of remote work, maybe another 2% of those people would get jobs with companies abroad. They work remotely, 2%. So 5,000 plus 10,000, 15,000 of 500,000 graduates of 2025. So a larger chunk of those numbers would get jobs with SMEs that can afford to pay you 200, 300,000, 150,000, or even minimum wage of 77,000. That's the reality. So it then means that majority of graduates that desire to make 1 million must do something outside the normal looking for paid employment. They would have to develop skills and use those skills outside work at a frequency that would enable them to make money on time. They would look for paid gigs. Maybe you are in a job, but weekends, someone grafts you into a gig, a contract, quickly do this with me. It could also mean that you would look for a market need, product in high demand. You would source those products and sell. You can quickly make your own 1 million. Whatever approach you desire to use, after you have made the 1 million, how do you now invest it so that you don't end up losing it? There are many formulas, but my favorite is 50, 30, 20. 50% into low risk investments like treasury bill, bonds, money market mutual funds, real estate, commodities like gold or other precious stones. So invest 50% into that class. 30% into medium risk assets like stocks, ETFs, index funds, and a lot of other options. Then 20% is what you can afford to play around with in high risk assets like forex, crypto, peer-to-peer lending, angel investing, and so on and so forth. After you have done your 50, 30, 20, the wisdom in it is that you should now erect a brick wall in between each of those percentages, such that if you lose your 20% in high risk, it is difficult to jump into that 30% and also difficult to jump into 50%. So if you lose 20%, count your losses and look for another way to make more money before you try out that high risk venture again. Not what a lot of people do: deplete your low risk assets and you now put the money in what you have already lost money in. That is lack of financial sense.